Hello friends! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a fascinating tale to share with you. It is the story of a boy who was famous for being incredibly lazy, yet ended up outsmarting the strongest people in the kingdom. By the time we finish, we'll discover how even the laziest person can find the drive to succeed when it matters most. But that's not all. As we journey through this story, pay close attention to the words we use. We are going to learn some fantastic new vocabulary and see how to use it in sentences. It's the perfect way to practice your English without it feeling like a boring lesson. So get comfortable and let's dive in. In a quiet little village nestled near the edge of a forest, there lived a young man named Leo. Leo lived in a modest cottage with his aging parents. Now, everyone in the village knew Leo, but not for a good reason. He was known as the laziest boy in town. His daily chore was simple: help his father in the rice paddies by scaring away the hungry birds. While other farmers ran around waving sticks or using slingshots, Leo refused to exert that much energy. Instead, he came up with a clever contraption. He planted poles all over the field and tied ropes between them. This allowed him to lie down in the shade and simply tug on a rope to shake the poles and scare the birds. His father often worried, thinking, "If I ever fall ill, how will Leo manage on his own?" But since the crops were safe and the work got done, he never scolded the boy. One particularly scorching summer, disaster struck. A drought hit the land, and Leo's father fell terribly sick. Suddenly, the burden of the entire farm fell on Leo's shoulders. He tried his best, but his body wasn't used to the grueling labor. Day by day, the crops withered under the hot sun because Leo couldn't haul enough water to save them. Eventually, the harvest was lost. That evening, Leo sat on his porch, staring blankly at the sky. He felt a heavy sense of shame. "Why didn't I build up my strength?" he whispered to himself. "Now my family has nothing and it's my fault." The very next morning, a buzz of excitement swept through the village. A royal messenger had arrived with news. The king was hosting a grand championship. The prize? A massive chest filled with gold. Leo's eyes lit up. That gold could save us, he realized. Without a second thought, he announced he was going to enter. The villagers erupted in laughter. "You, Leo the lazy," they mocked. "You're going up against warriors and athletes. You don't stand a chance." But Leo ignored the insults. He had 3 days to trek to the palace. His parents were skeptical, but they hoped the journey would at least teach him a lesson in responsibility. When the competition began, hundreds of participants stood on the banks of a massive lake. Looking at the muscular, athletic competitors, Leo felt a knot of anxiety in his stomach. "I can't physically beat these guys," he realized. The official rules were read. Cross the lake. The first 3 to reach the other side qualify for the finals. 3, 2, 1, go! Splash! Everyone dove into the water, swimming furiously. But Leo stayed on the shore. He knew his arms were too weak to swim that distance. Suddenly, a spark lit up in his mind. He wasn't strong, but he was inventive. He dashed into the nearby woods, gathered some sturdy fallen branches, and lashed them together with vines to form a crude raft. Grabbing a flat piece of bark as a paddle, he set off. "This is a race to cross the lake, not a swimming contest," he muttered. As the strong swimmers began to tire and slow down halfway across, Leo glided past them on his raft, paddling with steady, easy strokes. He reached the shore in 3rd place, securing his spot in the final round along with 2 powerful giants. The next day, the final challenge was revealed. It seemed impossible. Each of the 3 finalists was given a gigantic, heavy cube of solid wood. The goal? Move this block 1 full kilometer to the finish line. Behind them lay a pile of tools. They were allowed to choose just one. The first finalist, relying on brute strength, grabbed a thick rope and began dragging the block, sweating profusely. The second finalist chose a crowbar, trying to leverage the block forward inch by inch. Leo stood still, analyzing the problem. "I have no muscles for this," he thought. "I have to outthink them." He reached into the pile and picked up a small, sharp chisel knife. The crowd murmured in confusion. "A knife? How will that move a giant block?" But Leo didn't push the block. He started carving it. He shaved off the sharp corners. He rounded the edges. After an hour of focused work, the heavy square block had been transformed into a smooth wooden sphere. While the other two competitors were exhausted, barely halfway to the finish line, Leo simply gave his wooden ball a push. It rolled effortlessly down the path. He jogged behind it, guiding it along, and crossed the finish line with energy to spare. The crowd went silent, then erupted into cheers. No one expected the lazy boy to win, but he had used his wits to save his energy. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Laziness can actually spark creativity, but only if you have a driving purpose. Leo succeeded not because he wanted the gold for himself, but because he loved his family. So, if you ever feel unmotivated, look for your reason why. Whether it's for your loved ones, your future dreams, or just to prove the doubters wrong, a strong purpose can turn your weaknesses into your greatest strengths. We hope you enjoyed today's story and picked up some new English phrases along the way. Learning a language is always easier when you're having fun with a good story. If you found value in this video, please hit that subscribe button and join our community. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next adventure.